Hey YouTube, what's up? I want to do a video on a topic that I feel is very much an urban legend. It's, does testosterone make you gay? And I think not. I did think about it though, and I came with some possible reasons why sometimes guys who previously were not into men become interested in guys. Okay, so first of all, I think that maybe perhaps there was a previous attraction. In some cases, an individual may, when they were female and they had experiences when they, were trying to maybe blend in with heterosexual, lifestyle and whatnot. I think maybe it was their body dysphoria at that point, which really put them off to being with guys. They couldn't, deal with it, and once they started to transition, went on testosterone, they feel more comfortable with their bodies, and they can more objectively evaluate their sexual preferences. So maybe it was just always there, but they couldn't really cope with it when they were female. Another possible reason, so I think a lot of guys have, trans guys have, have allergies. I think a lot of guys have, envy when it comes to penis obsession, and so it's really frustrating not to have something they feel they should have. So there's no physical connection to something that they have this very strong desire to have. So maybe they seek out connections with men to explore that and try to obtain that connection, and it's really not about their sexual preference. Really, it's more about their body lacking something and they want to have access to it. I think also testosterone heightens sexual desire, and I think that correlates with the desire to have a penis. There must be some physiological, some evolutionary explanation for the desire to have a penis when you have testosterone running through your body. Because if you think about that, trans guys, if their brains are sexed as male, and they believe that they are male and they should have the body of a male, then it kind of makes sense that when you introduce testosterone, that there's kind of like that missing piece of having the genitals kind of match up. And so that's just another explanation that they're seeking out that kind of completion, and they're doing it kind of like vicariously in some ways. And I think another possibility is that I think some people in general just are attracted to sex and sexuality, and I think for some trans guys that that they're attracted to what a penis symbolizes, what it represents, its function, and so that attraction can be misinterpreted into attraction for the owner of that object, meaning men. So it just could be that, once again, it's kind of like there's a missing piece and they seek out that missing piece. And it's kind of like, you want your own toy to play with, so you got to play with someone else's toys if you don't have it. That's my 2 cents. And I've seen some friends kind of explore their sexuality after they transition, and this seems to be like a very strong attraction, not really to the guys themselves, but more to the genitals, and that I think is understandable to some regards. I have told you that I'm focused on lower surgery and having it, so I am obsessed with having the ideal penis, and I know that I look at guys and I say, okay, I really like that body type, I wish I had that body type, so that kind of envy, that frustration, that kind of emulation of the ideal male physique, I think is probably where most of this lies here, and that it's not really about trans guys turning gay as much as it is about them wanting to maybe be a part of something that they feel like they're lacking. You know, in the locker room, there's these guys that are, naked or whatever, and in the shower, and I'm not going to say that I don't look, because it's like I don't have access to that. I'm with women, so there's this kind of this two-sided thing where I very much like being with women. I'm attracted to women, but there's this curiosity, like, I feel like I should have it, but I really don't know much about it. And maybe some guys kind of take that and they say, I do want to know what it's like, and I want to know, like it's more of a vicarious thing. That's my take on it. I don't know, but yeah, I don't think testosterone makes you gay.